off of that. Time I was dying and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make out with a feast. A family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breed on with the gang now. They're hearing with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kinda drip is a skill. It's the highest cruiser bill. Ain't nothing to the hill. Spin move in zone.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
12 at the 15-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. But Derrick Henry, you may remember last year against Houston in the season finale, 211 yards rushing. One of only 2 200-yard games in the NFL last year. And not only that, but that game won him the rushing title because Nick Chubb was the leader, but he struggled in the final week against the Bengals. And then up from behind came Henry. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And this is good. Our score, 7-0, Tennessee.
Makes the score Titans 7, Texans nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The tackle made by...
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
4 yards on the pickup.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
3rd and 7.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. It got his man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Still's the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a handoff to Ingram. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
It looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Watson's back.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7. Texans nothing.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Finding fouls complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Mark Ingram, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We do know that they are postseason bound, but they're leaking a little oil, so to speak, as they kind of limp into January.
Yeah, and that oil can set fire to their season, can't it?
Look at that.
See what I did there? But here's the thing that we've both seen in the NFL. Teams down the stretch playing really well. Sometimes it doesn't carry over into the playoffs. Sometimes teams that aren't playing well now, if they have good leadership at the head coaching spot and the coaching staff and within the locker room, they can find a way to turn it around. But no one wants to be on a losing streak as they head into the playoffs.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
The Titans, 1st down.
Tannehill on 1st down. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again to Henry. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
A gain of 11 on
that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A first down carry for Henry. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Tannehill now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
First and goal.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Tannehill. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
The kick is...
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The 47-yard line.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Over the middle to Smith. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Complete.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts
at the 10-yard line
as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Tannehill throwing again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down. Again, Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Watson. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
Watson's pass intercepted by the Titans. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Here's Tannehill. The quick slant caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jonnu Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Forbath to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Makes the score Titans 21, Texans 6.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
The 40-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Watson. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, it's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. This is Ingram. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Watson now on second down. Open man, the tight end falls. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Watch the pass.
From the gun, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And now it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run with Ingram. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit.
21. Texans 14. Fairbairn to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch me work, watch him hate, watch him lurk, can't relate, watch me skirt.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
33-yard line.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's tackled.
The Titans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. It's Derrick Henry all alone. The 20, 10, touchdown Titans. Derrick Henry with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this is caught by Fowles, right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Over the middle, it's Fowles. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Intercepted.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Tannehill on the keeper.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Today's
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done.